Hey, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk a little bit about some Blu-rays that I bought recently. I recently just got a Blu-ray. I feel like I'm the only person on planet Earth at this point that hasn't gotten a Blu-ray player yet, and I bought an Xbox One from a good friend of mine. In addition to finally having an Xbox One, finally have a Blu-ray, so I figured I'd treat myself and head out to my local mall and pick up some Blu-rays to kick off my Blu-ray experience. So I headed out to my local FYE and I perused the Blu-ray section that they have, the one stand of movies surrounded by all the regurgitated Hot Topic fucking diarrhea. But that's a story for another time. I'm not going to go on a rant here, not yet. So as I said, I perused through the Blu-rays and I was just trying to find some cool movies that maybe I didn't realize were on Blu-ray so that I could pick them up and, kind of check them out. There's just so many movies out there that, you feel like would look awesome on Blu-ray, so it's really like starting all over. You spend all this time like buying fucking DVDs and you got, hundreds of DVDs, and then all of a sudden you get this new player and you gotta buy them all over again. So as I was looking through all of the Blu-rays, I came across a movie that, in my opinion, is awesome. It's a 90s gem. It, in my opinion, is a gem. It's a terrible movie, but it's awesome. And it is none other than Speed. I mean, how can you not love Speed? This is a classic 90s gem. Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock. Really great movie. I got this thing for like $5, and it was kind of not in the best shape. I mean, the thing on the inside is like cracked, like the tray thing, and so and one of these snapper things that you use to snap the case closed is broken, so it only snaps shut on the top, and the disc is scratched to shit, but it played alright, thankfully. It was $5, so I figured why the fuck not, and it looks great on Blu-ray, so if you're a fan of Speed, if you're a fan of the 90s, you should definitely pick this one up on Blu-ray, because it's actually worth it. Another one I got here, this one I got off of Amazon. I had to get it because I couldn't find another edition of it. I wanted to get like a special edition because the standard Blu-ray is shit, and that is Evil Dead. The original, The Evil Dead. This is like, before Evil Dead was like, comedy gold. This was like, when they were trying to make a straight up horror movie. And this movie has some pretty creepy shit, and it's very creepy. Only bad thing is that there's hardly any features on it. There's audio commentary. That's pretty much it. And I couldn't find another Blu-ray version of this movie out there. I couldn't find like a special edition or anything like that. That's the inside. But yeah, so it's, again, the movie looks great on Blu-ray, and they actually give you two ways to watch it. You can watch it in the original aspect ratio, which is like old school YouTube aspect ratio, and you can watch it also in widescreen, or kind of widescreen, but without the bars. The only difference really is that it's clearly just zoomed in in order to stretch it out to fit your screen, but both versions look awesome in Blu-ray. So even though this lacks features, it's definitely worth picking up if you can find it for cheap. I think I got this for like $7 or $8, so it was still worth it just to have the movie. And of course, you can't get Evil Dead without Army of Darkness. This is one of my favorite Bruce Campbell movies, probably my favorite horror comedy. This movie is just so great. I was really glad to have this on Blu-ray. Here's the inside right there. All the writing's all blue for some reason. But this one seems to have the same kind of features as the DVD. This is the screwhead edition, and the DVD version also has a screwhead edition. There's definitely some good features on here. This actually has the alternate ending, the original alternate ending, which I won't spoil, but it's very strange, very interesting. I'm glad they didn't go with it, but yeah, this is definitely one that's really worth picking up on Blu-ray because it looks great on Blu-ray. And next up here, I got this is a newer one, but this is 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie I could not recommend higher. This is with John Goodman. It's one of his few starring roles in a movie, and he just absolutely knocks it out of the park. It's kind of sort of a prequel to Cloverfield. Now, if you've seen Cloverfield and you hate Cloverfield, you're going to love this movie because it's everything that Cloverfield is not. It's not found footage for starters, but it is really, really well done. I mean, J.J. Abrams really knocked it out of the park with this. This is what I had hoped Cloverfield would be. It's really, really entertaining, and it's a really, really great psychological thriller. It's really awesome, and the ending is crazy. The ending is great. I really hope they make another one of these. I hope they make a sequel. There's been talks, but there's nothing confirmed, so definitely get this one on Blu-ray. It looks amazing on Blu-ray. Definitely check this movie out any way you possibly can. Blu-ray, DVD, wherever. It's awesome. Up next we have, without a doubt, my all-time favorite modern, I gotta preface that because people are gonna flip, modern horror movie, my all-time favorite, Insidious. James Wan is probably my favorite director. Insidious, when I saw it, it blew me away. The sequel is almost as awesome, not quite as awesome, but it's pretty close. Insidious is really, really spooky movie. It's not the cliche horror bullshit. I'm not going to get into a crazy rant here, not today, but someday I will, but not today. It doesn't have all the cliche bullshit, the jump scares and the loud noises and all that nonsense. It really gets under your skin and it tries to actually stay with you. It's an atmospheric horror film and it has some freaky ass imagery in it too. I've always said if you're a fan of like Are You Afraid of the Dark, you're going to like this movie because the level of kind of over-the-top freaky imagery is very reminiscent, to me anyway, of something from Are You Afraid of the Dark in the 90s. So, but that does not mean that this movie is campy or cheesy or anything like that. It's really, really well done. The acting is great. The story is great. It's just all around a great, great bone-chilling horror movie. Definitely check it out as soon as humanly possible. And I mean right now. Stop this video, delete your YouTube account, and go watch it right now. Up next here we have another movie that I absolutely love. It's from the 90s. A lot of people like to crap on it. There's a new version of it, a new adaptation. Adaptation, not a remake, not a reboot, adaptation, re-adaptation. In my opinion, it's a really fun movie. I just fucking love it. Fuck you if you don't love it. That's It. Stephen King's It, based on the brilliant novel by Stephen King. It was the first Stephen King book I ever read. It got me into Stephen King novels. It made me a diehard Stephen King fan. Tim Curry, obviously, I don't even need to try to win you over, try to convince you that he is incredible in this, because he's just fucking incredible. You know, and I see the, you know, the criticism that people say where it's like, most of the criticisms I think are don't hold water to me, but the one thing that you can say is that even though Tim Curry's performance is great, it's not exactly what you would picture of the Pennywise from the book. It's not so much embodying the character of Pennywise as much as it is Tim Curry kind of portraying an evil killer clown. You know, that's not to take away from the performance in any way, shape, or form, but I really enjoy it. This is a really fun movie. It's got a great cast. You know, it's got John Ritter, the late John Ritter. He's just great in this. The kids are fantastic. You know, that's one thing that you really can't criticize, is that as far as casting, this movie, or this miniseries I should say, really nailed it on the head. The bad thing about the DVD version of this is that it was one of those fucking piece of shit double-sided discs, those fucking irritating things, where you watch, you know, the first part of the movie and then you gotta turn it off, pull out the disc, flip it over, put it back in, and then slide it in. Half the time you don't even know what fucking side you gotta have it on to watch the right movie, because when it gets to the DVD menu, it doesn't tell you if you're on side A or side B. You gotta go to the scene selection to figure out which side of it you're on, and it's just a fucking pain in the ass. But thankfully, you know, this is one of the times where Blu-ray is absolutely necessary, because it's all right here, you know, it's all right here on one disc, one disc, you know, the entire 3-hour movie. And it also has the same special feature that the DVD has, the audio commentary with most of the cast. It's one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I can't fucking wait for the new It that comes out this Friday. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, it looks epic. It looks amazing. I tried not to have too high expectations, but I can't help it, you know, because everything I've seen about it, everything I've heard about it, is just, everybody's been, you know, exploding all over this thing. So I can't wait to go see it. It's gonna be great. You know, I'm definitely gonna have a lot to say about it. You know, cough, Fearflix, cough. Last but not least here, yeah, I had to get this on Blu-ray, and I was very careful on which version of this I got, because I've heard a lot of bad things about a bunch of different versions of this on Blu-ray. I think I got a good version of it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm saving it. I always try to save this movie for watching on my favorite holiday, and that holiday also happens to be the name of the movie, and that would be Halloween. The original Halloween also happens to be my all-time favorite horror film. It's the first horror movie that I saw, first R-rated horror movie that I saw. This is the 35th anniversary edition. I kind of got screwed by Amazon on this because this is supposed to have like a special packaging, like this book kind of thing. It's really fucking stupid. The way it's labeled on Amazon is the version that says no special packaging in parentheses had the picture with the book packaging, and then the version that didn't say no special packaging, it just said 35th anniversary edition, had the picture of this. So I didn't know which version to get, so I got the one that had the picture of this, and it didn't say no special packaging, so I assumed it would be the special packaging, even though it was this picture of this. And then, of course, they end up sending me this version that doesn't have special packaging. It's not the end of the world, but still, it's my all-time favorite horror movie, so I kind of wanted to get a version that actually had some special packaging on it. And it still has the same thing. It still comes with this little book in here that's like this detailing kind of the making of the movie and the history of it a little bit. There's the back. But yeah, this movie it never gets old. It's my all-time favorite horror movie. I watch it every Halloween. I try to watch, most of the Halloween films. I did a Fear Flicks on it. You should check that out. It's the first episode of my YouTube series Fear Flicks that I ever did. Actually, no, I take that back. I lied. It was like the second episode, talking all about why this is my favorite horror movie and why people should check it out if they haven't seen it. Because it's a classic. There's no debating that. There's people who don't like this movie, but they're assholes. So that'll do it for the Blu-rays that I purchased recently. They're awesome. They're great. If I end up getting any new horror movie Blu-rays or any horror movie DVDs or anything like that before Halloween comes around, I may make a video on it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these movies. Let me know what you think of my opinions on these movies. Do you have these movies on Blu-ray? Do you not have these movies on Blu-ray? Are you insane? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content, for more film and TV and horror content and all kinds of shit like that. We're counting down the days till the Halloween season. Some people think it's already here. I mean, I'm okay with that. It's September now, so, we can say fall's here. Just the weather needs to get here first, though. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.